Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. What if the person standing right in front of you isn't who you think they are? So, here's where things take a seriously dark turn. Will Spencer starts noticing something is off about Ivy. Small things at first, easy to ignore, but his instincts won't let it go. And when he finally follows that feeling, what he discovers is straight up terrifying. Because the woman everyone believes is Ivy is actually Luna. Hiding in plain sight, playing a dangerous game that could destroy everything, it all starts on a night that just feels wrong. You know those nights where the air is heavy, like something bad is about to happen. That's exactly the vibe in Los Angeles. And right in the middle of it is Will Spencer, who can't shake this feeling that something is seriously off. For weeks, he's been noticing little things about Ivy that don't add up. At first, it's subtle. Her tone feels slightly different, not completely off, but just enough to make you pause for a second. Then there are moments where she seems to struggle remembering things she should know. Personal details, shared memories, stuff that the real Ivy would never forget. And then there is the way she looks at people. Not directly, but when she thinks no one's watching. There's something cold there, something calculating, and honestly, it gives real chills. At first, he tries to brush it off. I mean, they have all been through a lot, right? Stress, trauma, emotional chaos. It's easy to blame it on that. But Will isn't the type to ignore patterns. The more he thinks about it, the more those little moments start staking up. So he starts paying closer attention. He replays conversations in his head. He notices how Ivy skillfully avoids talking about her past. Not in a forgetful way, but in a deliberate, careful way. Like she's dodging landmines. And that's when the thought hits him. What if this isn't Ivy at all? Now that idea, it sounded crazy, like completely insane. But once it's in his head, he can't get rid of it. And the more he watches her, the more it starts to make sense in the worst possible way. Then it comes the moment that changes everything. It's a quiet afternoon at the Forrester estate, peaceful, empty, or at least that's what Ivy thinks. But Phil is there too, hidden, watching, following that gut feeling he just can't ignore. He stays out of sight as she moves around the living room, pacing, nervous, her hands slightly shaken. And then she pulls something out of her bag, a small, sleek, compact mirror. At first, it doesn't seem like anything unusual, but then things get weird. Will leans in closer, his heart starting to race as he watches her bring her hand up to her jawline. Slowly, carefully, she presses along the edge of her face. And then, this is the moment she starts peeling something off. I'm telling you, this is where everything flips. A thin layer of what looks like skin lifts away, and underneath it, a completely different face. Will's heart practically stops because the woman standing there is not Ivy. It's Luna. Yeah, Luna, the same Luna who disappeared. The one everyone thought was gone, maybe even gone for good. And now here she is, alive, standing right there, wearing Ivy's face like it's just another mask. Will can barely process what he's seeing. His mind is racing a mile a minute. How long has been this happening? Where is the real Ivy? What is Luna planning? But before he can step back or gather himself, he makes a mistake. The floor creaks, and just like that, everything changes. Luna freezes instantly, her head snaps toward the sound in seconds, literally seconds. She fixes the mask back into place. Her hands move with this terrifying precision, smoothing everything out until Ivy's face is perfectly restored. When she returns to face him, she looks calm, too calm, but her eyes completely different story. There's something dark there, something dangerous. She speaks and her voice, it's Ivy's voice, perfectly mimicked. Will, how long have you been standing there? And Will, he's done hiding. He steps forward, anger and disbelief written all over his face. He doesn't even try to play it cool. He just looks at her and says, long enough, take it off. You can feel the tension in that room. It's suffocating. For a moment, Luna just stares at him, silently, and then slowly. She smiles, but it's not Ivy's smile. It's cold, sharp, almost proud. And without saying another word, she reaches up and removes the mask again. There it is. Luna, no more hiding. She admits it. This wasn't how she planned for him to find out. But now that he has, and it doesn't matter anymore. Will's fist tightened. He's furious. Where is Ivy? He demands. Luna pauses like she is deciding how much to say. Then she answers, she's safe for now. And that, for now, yeah, that just makes everything worse. Will snaps back, demanding to know what she's done. And Luna, instead of backing off, actually steps closer to him, calm, controlled. She says she didn't hurt Ivy, not in the way he thinks, but Ivy was in the way. She needed access, she needed a way in. And when Will asks into what, deep down he already knows. Luna's answers, he's chilling. Everything. The Forester, the Spencers, their entire world. And then she goes deeper. She starts talking about how it felt to be invisible, to be ignored, to watch everyone else live their dramatic, complicated lives while she meant nothing. But not anymore. Now she is inside their world, living it, controlling it. Will is just trying to wrap his head around all of this. He can't believe what he's hearing. He asks her straight up, did you really think becoming Ivy was a good idea? And Luna, she laughs, quite cold, because in her mind she's already won. She's been fooling everyone for weeks, listening to their secrets, watching their weaknesses, and nobody, not a single person, suspected a thing. That realization hits Will hard, because she's right. They have all been fooled. Every conversation, every moment, it wasn't Ivy, it was Luna. He calls it insane, tells her to stop, but she just shakes her head. She can't stop. She's too close. To what? Will asks again, and then tiny hesitation from her. That's all he needs to know. This isn't over. Not even close. She claims it's not just revenge, it's justice. But Will isn't buying it. He calls her out. How is this justice? Kidnapping someone, stealing their identity. Luna fires back, saying he doesn't understand the full story. And when he challenges her to explain, for a split second, she almost does. There is this brief moment where she looks vulnerable, but it's gone just as fast. She shuts it down, tells him he's already seen too much, and then before he can react, she moves. Fast. She grabs the device from her bag and presses a button. Suddenly, this sharp, high-pitched sound fills the room. It's disorienting, painful. Will clutches his head, struggling to stay upright. He can barely speak, asking what it is. And Luna, she looks at him with this mix of regret and determination. She tells him she's sorry, that he was never supposed to be part of this. As his vision starts fading, Will tries to fight it. He tells her she won't get away with this. But Luna kneels beside him, calm as ever, and she whispers something chilling she already has. The last thing Will sees is her face, and then just like that, the mask goes back on. Luna disappears, Ivy returns, and then everything goes black. Silence takes over the room, and in that silence, one terrifying truth settles in. Luna isn't just pretending anymore. She's become Ivy, and unless Will finds a way to expose her, no one else will ever know the difference, at least not until it's too late. This situation is honestly terrifying when you think about it. It's not just about deception, it's about identity. Luna didn't just lie, she replaced someone completely. And what makes it worse is how easily she blended in. It shows how even the smallest cracks, like avoiding conversations or slight behavior changes, can hide something massive underneath. It also raises a deeper question about control. Luna didn't just want revenge, she wanted power, access, to be seen. And she was willing to cross every line to get it. I'm not even gonna lie. This is one of the creepiest situations ever. The idea that someone could be right in front of you, acting normal, talking to you every day, and it's not even them. That's next level disturbing. But at the same time, Luna's motivation, it's dark, but it's real. Feeling invisible, overlooked, that can mess with someone. Still, what she's doing, completely out of control. And Will, he's in serious danger now, because he knows the truth. And in situations like this, the person who knows usually becomes the biggest problem. So now everything hangs on one question. Can Will expose Luna before it's too late? Or is she already too deep inside their world to be stopped? I need to know what you think. Did you see this twist coming at all? Do you think the real Ivy is actually safe? And if you are Will, what will you do next? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's talk about it. And if you are into this intense twist filled stories, don't forget to like and subscribe. Because trust me, this drama is just getting started.